Hello everybody. Today we are going to start with a new writing lesson, which is the essay writing. First of all, let's have a look at the objectives of the lesson. Of course, by the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify the parts of an essay, to identify the hook and the thesis statement. You should be able to identify the topic, sentence, and supporting details, and identify characteristics of a good conclusion. So all in all, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to write a complete essay. So this was what we were saying before. By the end of this lesson, you would be able, of course, to write a good introduction with a hook, background information, and a thesis statement. You should be able to identify and write a suitable topic sentence for each body paragraph and write adequate supporting details. You should also be able to identify and write a good conclusion, summarizing the essay, restating the thesis, and leaving the reader with a final thought, question, advice, opinion, and so on. First of all, before we start with our main lesson, which is the expository essay, let's just have a quick look about the types of writing. There are 5 main types of writing. We are going to define every one and give examples about it. Then we move to our main lesson, which is the expository essay. The first kind of writing is the expository essay, and the aim or purpose of this writing is to explain or illustrate or inform. Okay? So the aim of the expository or informational writing is to explain, to illustrate, and to inform or to give information. We have 4 kinds of expository writing: the problem-solution essay, the comparison-contrast essay, the cause-effect essay, and the advantages and disadvantages essay. So these 4 kinds of essays are types of expository writing. The second type of writing is the descriptive writing, and of course from the name of this writing you can tell that the main purpose of this writing is to describe, in which the writer or the author uses the 5 senses, uses adjectives, figurative speech, figurative language in order to paint a certain picture to the reader, in order to describe a picture to the reader. The third kind of writing is the narrative writing, and of course from the word narrative you can tell that means telling a story. So here the author is basically telling a story. The types of narrative writing are: we have a biography. This is a narrative writing when the author is telling someone else's life story. The autobiography, when the author is telling his or her life story. The historical documents, the short stories, and the novels. All of these are types of narrative writing. In this kind of writing, of course, we use the time order or the chronological order in which you write the events in order from the beginning to the middle to the end. Now we move to the parts of an essay, and the expository essay is the first kind of writing, the expository writing that we are going to start with. Let's first start with the definition of the essay. We have said before that the paragraph is a group of sentences. Now, the essay is a group of paragraphs. So the paragraph is a group of sentences discussing one main idea, and the essay is a group of paragraphs discussing also one main idea. Let's now talk about the parts of an essay. First of all, the first part of an essay is the introduction. And the introduction is the first paragraph of the essay. Of course, we are going to have a model after this, so you'll see them in front of you. So the introduction is the first paragraph of the essay. The introduction is made up also of 3 parts. It's made up of a hook, of background information, and of a thesis statement. So, the introduction is the first paragraph of the essay. It's made up of 3 parts: the hook, the background information, and the thesis statement. What is a hook? A hook is the first sentence of an essay. The hook is the first sentence of an essay. This sentence should attract the reader's attention. So this sentence should be very attractive, very catchy, in order to attract the reader's attention. This sentence could be a question, a sound effect, figurative language, shocking statement, quote, statistics, visualizing, and so on. Like, for example, did you know that for every 30,000 people in Niger, only 1 doctor is available? This is a shocking statement. So when you read this sentence, you would have the, let's say, the curiosity to continue reading. So a statement like this would arouse the reader's attention and make them want to read more. So this is what we mean by a hook. So as we said, the hook is the first sentence of the essay, and it should be catchy and attractive in order to attract the reader's attention. Background information. These sentences come after the hook. So the following sentences are general knowledge about the topic and are written to give background information to the reader. So these sentences come directly after the hook, and they give general information or background information about the topic discussed in the essay. The third part of the introduction is the thesis statement. This is generally the last sentence of the introduction and holds the main idea of the essay. Let's say the essay was about the effects of something, so the thesis statements gives or states what is the essay going to be about, or what is going to be discussed in the body paragraphs. So let's say that the essay is about the effects of early marriage on a girl. A good thesis statement would be, if your essay is about the effects of early marriage on girls, early marriage, which is widely practiced in remote rural areas, remote means far away, of developing countries, seems to have several negative physical and psychological effects on girls. So this might be a good thesis statement because it, let's say, sums up what is going to be discussed in the body paragraphs. So from the thesis statement here, we can tell that the 2 body paragraphs are going to be about the physical effects and the psychological effects of early marriage. Now we move to the second part of the essay. The second part of the essay is the body paragraphs. We might have 2 or more body paragraphs. These body paragraphs are the paragraphs following the introduction, so they come after the introduction. Each essay can contain as many paragraphs as necessary. So some essays have 1 body paragraph, some have 3, some have 2, based on the necessity of having body paragraphs. But in our level, our essays are usually made of 2 body paragraphs. So between grade 7 and 9, you are going to write. So guys, you are going to write in this stage 2 body paragraphs. Now, what is the job of these body paragraphs? What do they give? These body paragraphs give supporting details, supporting evidence to the thesis statements. They give more examples, they develop the essay. Now, each body paragraph needs a topic sentence and supporting details. Means you start your body paragraph, your first body paragraph, with a topic sentence, which is the main idea of the whole paragraph. For example, it has been proven that early marriage has several physical impacts on young girls. So, this whole paragraph will discuss the physical impacts of early marriage on young girls. Supporting details should give examples, statistics, expert opinions, should support this topic sentence. The last paragraph, as the last part of the first body paragraph, is the concluding sentence, means the last sentence in the first body paragraph. This sentence wraps up the paragraph by restating the main idea and leaving the reader with a final thought. Now, what is the third part of an essay? The third part of an essay is the conclusion. The conclusion is the final paragraph of an essay and is typically made up of one paragraph. Now, how to have a good conclusion, or what does a good conclusion need? First of all, you should restate the thesis statement using different words. So you have to rewrite the thesis but using different words. You should summarize the whole text in one paragraph. And the third thing that you have to mention in a concluding paragraph is you should have feelings, opinion, advice from the writer, and thus leave the reader with a final question or thought. A good conclusion should be powerful in order to make an impact on the reader, in order to affect this reader. So, as we said, Miss, we have the essay is a group of paragraphs that discuss one main idea. The introductory paragraph is the first paragraph of an essay, and it is made up of the hook, the background information, and the thesis statement. In our level, you should write 2 body paragraphs, which is the second part of the essay. The body paragraph is made up of a topic sentence, supporting details, and concluding sentence. And the last part of the essay is the concluding paragraph, or the conclusion, in which here you restate the topics, the thesis statement, but using different words. You wrap up the whole essay and you leave the reader with question or a thought. Now let's talk about something very important, which is the kinds of hooks. What kind of hooks may you use in writing? First of all, you might write an interesting question hook. So you can start your essay with a question. So ask a question that relates to your essay or paper. Make sure it's a question where the audience needs to read the essay to get the answer. So make sure that your question is attractive. Your question is catchy in order to let the readers continue reading the essay to find the answer or to get the answer of the question. So the first kind of hooks is interesting question hook. The second kind is the strong statement hook, in which the writer here writes a sentence or a group of sentences that make an assertive claim about your essay topic. Make sure this question connects to your thesis statement. So here you write a group of statements that are also catchy, maybe shocking statements that are also catchy and attractive, in order to attract the reader to continue reading. The third kind of hooks is the fact or statistic hooks, in which you start your essay with a true fact or a statistic about your topic, using, of course, numbers, using names of people, any fact which is really shocking. The fourth kind of hooks is the metaphor or the simile, means figures of speech. You may start with metaphor or a simile in order to attract the reader. You can write a metaphor that makes a direct comparison between your topic and something different, or use a simile by adding like or as, of course, between the topic and something different. Number 5, you can write a story hook in which you begin your essay with a short story or episode that connects to your writing topic. So before starting with the background information and the thesis, you may write a very short story which connects to your writing, which is related to the topic that you are going to discuss. This kind of hook is very attractive, and you should make sure that you can use this type of hook for the writing assignment. So this kind of hook is not used in all kinds of writing. Description hook, you may use it in order to start also your essay. You start with a vivid description of a scene or of a setting or of a certain photo or a certain place in order, of course, to attract the reader. Quotation hook, this is very popular. Most of the students use this. You can start your essay with a powerful or striking quotation, a quote to a person, which is, of course, a well-known person. And this way, you can make sure that the quotation is relevant to your essay. So your quotation should be related to the topic that you are discussing. Now we have to move to something very important, which is the outline. Now, you know that in previous classes, you sometimes used graphic organizers before developing your paragraphs. Like sometimes you used a Venn diagram, sometimes a story map, sometimes a cause-effect chart. Now, in grade 7, we are going to use something called an outline. An outline is a plan which lists and arranges the ideas you will present in your essay. So it organizes the idea. It is an organized form of brainstorming. It is a summary of what you will write. Now, how to write a topic outline? As you can see here, first of all, you start with a title. So you write your title at the top of the page. You use first the Roman numbers to number the parts of the essay. So to number the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So to number the introduction, the body, and the conclusion, you use the Roman numbers. You start with the introduction. In the introduction here, you write the thesis statement, just copy, paste, that's it. Write the thesis statement. Now, in the body, how many body paragraphs do you have? You have 2 body paragraphs. So A is for the first body paragraph and B is for the second. Here next to A you write the main idea of body 1, and next to B you write the main idea of body 2. How many supporting details you have in the first body paragraph? You might have more than 3, okay, or more than 2. So number 1, number 2, supporting detail 1, supporting detail 2. And same for paragraph B, or the body paragraph 2. Supporting detail 1, supporting detail 2. And last, you move to the conclusion. In the conclusion, you put the concluding sentence in which you restate the thesis in different words. This is the outline. So as I told you, you have to use the Roman numbers to number the big titles or to number the main parts of an essay, which are the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. You look, how many body paragraphs do I have? I have 2. So the first body paragraph is called A and the second is called B. You write the main idea of every paragraph, and then you write the supporting details in each body paragraph, and then in the conclusion you write the concluding sentence in which you restate the thesis in different words. Okay guys, now we move to our first writing lesson, which is the advantages and disadvantages essay. First of all, let's explain what do we mean by advantages and what do we mean by disadvantages. Advantages, guys, means the good effects or the good, let's say, drawbacks, while the disadvantages means the negative drawbacks of something. Now, in an advantages and disadvantages essay, you describe positive and negative sides of a given topic based on the given topic. Maybe a mobile, maybe a certain car, maybe a certain kind of food, any topic. Now, how we organize the advantages and disadvantages essay? Of course, first we start with an introduction. Then in body 1, we talk about the advantages. In body 2, we explain the disadvantages. And in the conclusion, we restate the thesis in different words. So, advantages and disadvantages. This is the essay model. Our theme is space exploration. Let's read the prompt and then we move to the essay. Our future lies with today's kids and tomorrow's space exploration. In a well-organized expository essay of 150 to 200 words, explain 2 advantages of exploring space. Let's now start reading the essay model that we have. Our theme is about space exploration, and the model that we have here also is thematic. It's theme related. It's about benefits of space exploration. So in this essay, we are going to discuss 2 benefits only, and 2 advantages. We are not going to talk about disadvantages. So in advantages and disadvantages essay, you may only talk about advantages or only about disadvantages, or you may talk about both. Let's first start. The earth is the cradle of humanity, but mankind cannot stay in the cradle forever. This is a shocking statement, or a shocking, let's say, information about the continuity of life on earth. So this is the hook. This is the first sentence in the introductory paragraph or in the essay. Now we move to the background information. Going to space and exploring other planets and areas in space has been something that really interests anyone. This is because exploration has been something everyone, for the most part, has participated in and loved doing, because you are discovering new things you had no idea about before. So this is the background information. Now we move to the thesis statement, which tells the main idea of the essay. Exploring space has numerous positive impacts on our future. So from the thesis, we directly infer that the essay is going to discuss benefits of exploring space in the future, on the future. Let's now start with the first body paragraph. As we said, we start with a topic sentence, then supporting details, then the concluding sentence. Let's first start with the topic sentence. There are numerous cases of societal benefits linked to new knowledge and technology from space exploration. So this is the first benefit related to social benefits and new knowledge, technology. Now we move to supporting sentences. Space exploration has contributed to many diverse aspects of everyday life, from solar panels to implementable heart monitors, from cancer therapy to lightweight materials, and from water purification systems to improved computing systems and to a global search. Space exploration will continue to be an essential driver for opening up new domains in science and technology, triggering other sectors to partner with the space sector for joint research and development. This will return immediate benefits back to Earth in areas such as materials, power generation, and energy. So here we started with a topic sentence in which it explains that the paragraph is going to be about the social benefits linked to new knowledge and technology. And in the supporting details, we used examples about social benefits and about new knowledge and technology, which we are gaining from exploring space. Now we move to the second body paragraph. Same form, we start with a topic sentence, supporting sentences. and then the concluding sentence. Space exploration offers a unique and evolving perspective of humanity's place in the universe, which is common to all. Every day, space exploration missions fulfill people's curiosity. So the second benefit is that space exploration is fulfilling people's curiosity to know more about space, producing fresh data about the solar system that brings us closer to answering profound questions that have been asked for millennia. What is the nature of the universe? Is the destiny of humankind bound to Earth? Are we and our planet unique? Is there life elsewhere in the universe? So these questions are asked by people. Space exploration, all of these space exploration missions are trying to fulfill the people's curiosity and answer all of these questions. Now we move to the concluding paragraph. To sum up, exploring space is a bless for having multi-benefits on mankind. So in this sentence, we exactly restated what was mentioned in the thesis, but using different words, that exploring space has many benefits on mankind. Though the precise nature of future benefits from space exploration is unpredictable, current trends suggest that significant benefits may be generated in areas such as new materials, health and medicine, transportation, and computer technology. So we restated the benefits that we have discussed in the essay above, and we restated the thesis using different words in the concluding paragraph. Okay, guys, the part before was explaining everything related to essay writing and so on. Now, this part is going to explain something called the student's checklist to critically examine their writing in cycle 3. Now, what are you going to be graded on? First of all, when you write your essay, you are going to have this checklist with you. So you start reading the points that you have to write. Let's check, for example, the introductory paragraph introduces a general background on the topic. If yes, you tick. It attracts the reader's attention and provides interesting information. So you tick. There is clear thesis statement. No, my thesis statement wasn't clear. So you go back to the thesis and you write a good one. Okay, so this is why do we call it a checklist. Body paragraph 1, there is a clear topic sentence, enough logical support. It is clear which is the main supporting and which is the sub-supporting. The sentences follow each other in a logical sequence. There is a clear ending of the paragraph. There is coherence in the paragraph, and so on. So you tick or you check every point you did or you didn't, so that when you do this checklist, you can go back to your essay and edit. Same for paragraph 2. For the conclusion also, the conclusion provides the rest of the discussion. If yes, if not, there is a restatement of the thesis. The conclusion sums up the main idea, and the conclusion ends with an opinion, suggestion, or a recommendation. So also you check if you have written all of these or not. Then you move to language conventions. In language conventions, in this part, you are going to check your grammar. Okay, either you wrote, for example, you make sure that your essay have no fragments, no comma splices, no run-on sentences. For example, if you used correct subject-verb agreement, if you used the correct tense, and so on. Also, in language conventions, you have to check if there is a variety of sentences, types of sentence, if you used exclamatory sentences, questions, the length of the sentence. You also check if there is coherence, if there's acceptable word choice. Of course, you have to use vocabulary words. Acceptable spelling, you have to check your spelling. There is acceptable capitalization, check. Did I start my sentences with a capital letter? Did I indent? And so on. and also if you use the correct punctuation marks. All of these also you check them after finishing your essay using this checklist. Now, how is your essay rated, or how are you going to be graded? Let's see. First of all, your writing is over 8, okay? Is over 8. So, what you are going to be rated for is first the outline or the graphic organizer plus the title, because sometimes you might have an outline, a graphic organizer, not an outline. So, for the outline or the graphic organizer plus the title, 2 points, okay? So the maximum grade is 2 points. For the content and organization, 2.5 points. For language and style, 2.5 points. And for legible handwriting and tidiness, of course, you have 1 point. So these are the 8 points that you are going to be, that your essay is going to be rated on. This was the checklist. Of course, I'm going to send you a PDF copy for this one, so that whenever you write an essay, you check here, you do this checklist in order to check if you missed something or not.